Today we're carving the face of a fox, and right here you can see everything that you're going to need for this project. So a pencil, a knife, and a piece of wood that's 1 times 1 inches or 2.5 times 2.5 centimeters. What comes to the length of the block, you can make this project with anything that's at least 5 centimeters or 2 inches long. What I have here is 7 centimeters or 2 inches and 3/4. That's just a little bit nicer to hold on to. We're going to start by looking at this block from the side of one of these edges, and then we're going to sketch a square. Like that. So now the distance between this corner and this line should be about the same as between these two corners. Next we're going to divide this in 5 parts. And from the bottom 5th to this corner, we're going to draw a straight line. And the same on the other side. And now this triangular bit is what we're going to remove first. And we can do that with rough cuts and push cuts. That's good. Next we're going to divide this in 4 parts, and we're going to extend this line on the top all the way across like that, and then we're going to make a little gap. That's going to be the gap between the ears. So the ears are going to be just something like this, and we're going to remove about 1/3 of this sideways distance and then make it taper a little bit like this. But before we do that, it makes sense to remove some of this mass from this corner, because otherwise we need to cut off way too much wood with these sideways cuts, and that's going to be a lot more strenuous. So first we make this rounder. That's good. And then we can move on to the middle. A few sweeping cuts is a good way to get going, and then we can switch to stop cuts. And you can make these stop cuts so that they're opening up a little bit towards the back. So the angle can be tilted like this instead of like that. And we can make this process easier by also rounding the ears from behind, keeping this entire area so that everything flows nice and smooth. Otherwise we're going to have to do unnecessary work. From the middle here we don't need to go all the way down to this line. It's just enough that the curve of the top of the head connects to this point smoothly. Next we can start defining the front of the ears, and that can be done by starting 2 curves from these corners, and they're going to look something like this. So we're connecting them all the way down here to the corners of the square that we made in the very beginning, and then we can start making stop cuts. Something like that is good. This is a little bit round, and then we have this flat surface on the front side of the ear, and then the same on the other side. One thing that we want to keep close attention to is that these two corners of the ears stay lower than the top of the head up here. But still everything needs to flow smoothly from the forehead to the back of the head. Next we're going to divide this in 3, and then from the point where this line meets this line, we're going to draw a straight line like that. It doesn't really matter that much where it connects. What matters is that we can make some empty space beneath where the jaw is going to be. So we're just going to make some stop cuts. I'm pressing the blade directly into the wood from where the line marking the bottom of the square is. Next we're going to remove this sharp corner and instead create a slanted surface like that, so that the nose that's going to be right here is going to be the furthest away part in the front. We can make this slanted and also a little bit round, something like that is good. Next we're going to make a line right here in the middle between the nose and these two corners. And that's where we're going to make some sweeping cuts. And it's going to go so that this part goes a little bit more downward, and then the forehead becomes a little bit rounder from here. Next we're going to make this part underneath the jaw a little bit more curved like this, so that the chin over here is the lowest part of the face, something like that. So we just need to make some sweeping cuts that end in this corner right here. That's good. And then we can start making similar cuts to take away these sharp edges and also to create a little bit more curvature up here. And it looks like this. So I'm making a stop cut where this side is this curved sweeping cut, and it ends over here, and this cut is also a little bit curved like that. That's good. And then the other side. You can use the tip of the blade to cut off the chips like this, if this area feels like it's difficult to reach otherwise. Next we're going to make some sweeping cuts from here and from here. So these are going to slim down the muzzle and also create a little bit of an eye socket shape. Like that. And these surfaces can run from here all the way up to these edges over here. And then we can adjust the upper edges of these sweeping cuts by making a few push cuts, and that brings these edges of the eye sockets a little bit more downward. Some of the basic features of the face are starting to appear pretty nicely, but the face is also quite flat. And we can make this a little bit nicer by pushing the edges of the face a little bit more backward. Same goes for the edges of the ears. But before we do that, it's best to shape the ears a little bit further so that we then have a better idea of where the actual edges of the ears are going to be. So we can make some V-cuts over here on the sides to get rid of this straight edge. I think it's going to look best if this V-cut is a little bit slanted like this instead of like that. And then the tips of the ears are not going to be the furthest away points to the side, but the side of the ear is going to curve a little bit back inward, and right here is going to be the corner of the ear. And now we can easily extend these parts to go a little bit more back, and that'll also make the face a little bit slimmer and more proportionate. So we can make these same cuts and then we can do a similar treatment for the front of the ears, and we can turn this flat area to be a little bit more sideways facing. That's good. Before we go into some of the finer details, now it's just time to iterate the shapes, and for this it really helps to look at some photos of the faces of foxes. I think in my case I want to make these parts a little bit flatter so that the general shape of the face is a little bit slimmer and a little bit more pointy. I'm also going to push this chin just a little bit more backward. And I'm going to make the entire muzzle a little bit slimmer. And like said, all of this is just a little bit of iteration. If something looks a little bit off, once you're happy with the result, then we can move on to the finer details. Next we're going to make the eyes. The eyes are just going to be three-sided pyramid cuts. It's best to sketch them first, and if your figure looks too much like a wolf, I suggest trying to make these eyes a little bit bigger and bringing them downward a bit. So if they're too high up, that makes the lower half of the face look bigger and it makes it look more like a wolf. The eyes being too close to each other also gives the face a little bit of that wolf-like appearance. Because in proportion, wolves have smaller eyes and a larger face. And then once you've sketched the eyes, we're going to start with this one, and we're going to just press the blade into the wood. Like that. And then we can cut from here. And then from here. And we can redo those cuts if necessary. Then it's time for the other one. One thing that can make the eyes look a little bit nicer is that we continue this edge over here, make it a little bit curved like that, and then we make a very small stop cut. And it's a little bit deeper over here, and then it kind of just fades away. And we can make a similar small slit over here by just pressing the blade into the wood like this. And now all of the features of the fox's face have been made, and there's only one thing left to do. So if you want to shape the rest of the block a little bit or make this a little bit rounder from back here, that's the final thing. And then that's it for the project. What I'm doing with these parts is just that I'm leaving a little rectangular section down here that is kind of like the stand for the statue, and then I'm just making stop cuts and sweeping cuts to make the rest of the shape flow a little bit nicer.